Cockroaches have become a pretty popular band in the area pretty quickly, haven't they, Jeff?
Yeah, well, one of the things is that there aren't very many bands that play the Rolling Stones. There are a lot of Rolling Stones fans, and we're catering to that audience. Basically, people that like rock and roll like the Rolling Stones, so it's a wide audience.
Let's go back up now to Larry Leibowitz and the Cockroaches. 20 grabbers. Go ahead. Buy the big apple.
I'm here with Larry Leibowitz, lead singer of the band that we just heard. Larry, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing all right. Right now I feel a bit shattered, you know, but that's all in a night's work, you know what I mean? Shattered, huh?
You look like you really had a time out there. You look shattered.
And, you know, I just have to take maybe a 15-minute break, you know, I could do another 90-minute set, you know, but we have to get off, give these other nice chaps, you know, a chance to play, you know?
My friend Mike Post and I played in the same band. He was in my band, actually, right at the end of high school. And, we really cut our teeth together playing. And then, we were kind of going in separate ways. Guys were going to college, things were happening, Calls me up one day, he says, can you play guitar for this Rolling Stones band I'm in? I'm like, a Rolling Stones band? I'm like, sure. I can play Brown Sugar and Honky Tonk Woman and Sympathy for the Devil. And he knew that because we did that. So I came down to Mike's basement, and it was a great jam. And, there was this guy, he was Mick Jagger, it was like, I wasn't used to this. I wasn't used to going down and having a guy like, doing the whole Mick Jagger stuff and all that. And, we played some gigs and we've been friends ever since. I've been kind of, weaving in and out of this group for like, since it all began in 1980.
Me and Matt met on the high school baseball team first, and I invited him over to a band practice I had with Howard. And he came over, he took an interest in the drums, and he started all that, and we had many conversations about music and guitars. It went on for years. And by 1995, he started the company. We talked about it for 20 years before the company, actually. And the interest of music and the vibrations of music and the instruments, it just never ends.
Last year, Larry Leibowitz wouldn't stop busting my chops because I was floor reporting.
My name is Larry Leibowitz, and I play the part of Mick Jagger in our Rolling Stones tribute band called the Cockroaches, and we've been together since 1980, and now being 2023, I've had 43 glorious years of memories, and I'm glad we still get together every so often to play the music that we love with friends that we love. It's mixed emotions, which, no pun intended, which is a Rolling Stones song. I look forward to getting together with everybody. It's fun to play the songs, it's fun to see everybody, but at the same time it's sad because you can't really go back. You can't relive the past. You can talk about it and remember it, but you can't relive it. And when the end of these get-togethers come about, it's very sad for me, and I don't like to say goodbye.
Don't you want to live with me? While it's storm, I'll bring children.
I was roommates with Matt.
Okay.
Matt and I were, he was a drummer, obviously, a bass player. And he met Larry through a guy named Mark Willits. Matt knew Mark, our guitar player, and we would actually rehearse in dorm rooms, which people loved. I got it. People love it. In dorm room rehearsals.
Oh.
They loved it. They'd be banging on the doors, wanting more and wanting more. It was great. And actually, they were telling us to be quiet, but it was great. We would do some gigs, just the four of us, and then little by little, Jeff and Rich, and then Gary, and everybody else came in. Donna, obviously, everybody came on, and that's what we are now.
Cockroaches are a incarnation of Rolling Stones brought together by three doctors and Mike Post.
Okay.
So they all met at Rutgers, and they started playing at Rutgers, and from there I was up in college in New Hampshire, and I used to come down on my breaks and jam with them. fully in between every once in a while, or, you know, but I've been in and out of the Roaches for 40 years. 40 what?
43.
43, it's been a while.
This is the 43rd year. You're losing track now.
I was in a prior band in high school, actually with my brother and some amazing other people. And then I met Mike, and me and Mike actually started dating. And at some point, somehow, I ended up in the Cockroaches. When I first saw Larry, I could not believe I had never seen anything like that force of nature and someone so Jagger like obsessed. And so I was asked to join as a keyboard player, and I said, sure. And the next thing you know, we were playing many, many gigs.
I was out of high school and I was working in a music store, and I was playing in a band with Jeff and Donna's brother. And through that, I met Mike. And when the Cockroaches guitar player left, I didn't know anything about the Cockroaches. They were in need of a guitar player, so he asked me to come and join them. And the first gig, I think we had only practiced one time, if that. So I had to kind of go in there cold.
Yeah, well, you know, I try to do my newscast like Mick Jagger, you know, as much as I can, you know, but people really don't want to hear the news coming from England so much, you know. They want to hear it coming from whatever we got going here at Rutgers, you know.
That's why WRSU is #1.
I'm the drummer that replaced Matt in the original band when he had to leave for school reasons. And I can't believe it's 43 years ago that all happened. Last year I came for the first time, and we hadn't played together as a group in 34 years. And it was like we never stopped playing. And today it was the same thing. It's amazing. These guys are part of my life.
So when the Rolling Stones were rehearsing, they wanted to do a bunch of concerts in small venues, but they couldn't go under the name of the Rolling Stones, so they used the subname the Cockroaches, and they used that to be able to play small clubs and test out their music and for their new album that they had put out. So that's how they got the name. They stole the name the Cockroaches from that.
Like I always keep saying, it was great because, you know, I did my band and the Cockroaches and all this, and it was stuff that we did ourselves. It wasn't an organized thing like a football team or you're playing on the baseball team or you're in a club or something like that. We had to organize everything ourselves, and we had virtually nothing in the beginning to do it with. You know, you would have to string things together and things that wouldn't work, and you know, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have the internet. We had to figure out things from records and stuff like that. Everything we did ourselves, and that's the real beauty of that, but also kind of gives you the camaraderie because you really had to be in the trenches together. When it really, it's not like I'll look it up or this kind of stuff. It's like, you know what, you really had to depend on each other to do just about everything, you know?
You go through life, you meet a million people, but somehow we all bonded. We can't really explain how, but we did.
I met Matt, the original Cockroaches drummer, in late September or early October of 1980. He lived on a floor at a dormitory in Frelinghuysen dorm on the 5th floor. And my best friend Mark said to me, hey, there's a guy on my floor named Matt. I want you to meet him. He loves music. He loves the Rolling Stones. You ought to meet him.
The friends that Matt has and respect him it's just endless, really, you know? There's all kind of people. I don't know, do you know the cellist, the first chair cellist from the Philadelphia Symphony was here tonight?
Yeah, the classical cockroach man right here.
His wife is an oral surgeon, and you never know who's at Matt's parties. You know, it's Momo's here, you know?
So he introduced me to Matt, and Matt said, yeah, I like to play the drums. My roommate plays the bass, and I got this friend from high school who loves the Stones and plays guitar. Why don't you meet him? Why don't we get together and jam? So that's how we got together. Early October of 1980, We played the four of us in Matt's dorm room. Matt had his whole drum kit in a very small dorm room, and Pete had his bass and his bass amp, and Mike, who I met for the first time, who, by the way, scared me half to death. I never met a guitar player before. I'm just some pre-med guy who played the clarinet.
These guys are just great guys. I mean, all of them. You know, everybody's got their own little thing, and they're fun to play with. You know, we've known each other so long, so we have a shared history. And they're just good guys. And like Mike says, when we first got together, and you know, you get this little magic thing going. It's like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then it just grows and grows and grows. You know, so the fact that they're such good people makes it that much more fun.
What's the greatest thing about this cockroach get-together is that, like, the other night I got to talk to you a little bit about that and how, you know, the magic of your youthfulness when you were teenagers and stuff, and today in your adulthood you're still together, still getting together. Yes, you all move through your lives, and you feel something still getting back together.
Yes, absolutely. Still that same energy is still there, absolutely, and the fun is still there.
Yeah, and you guys sound freaking great too, man.
Makes it like Cocroaches.
That's right.
And the energy is the same now, it seems, as it was then.
Are you a cockroach?
I think so. That's what I've been told.
And Matt's really, really amazing as, bringing everybody together and keeping the entity somehow intact, you know?
Matt has got a heart, just a heart beyond belief as far as so I just have such a great respect for him and his family and, and all that he does with carrying this tradition on. He makes a lot of people happy and means a lot.
We were just talking about it, how we sometimes don't recognize that in the moment that's happening, how special these things are. And we wish we had these movies of our life that we could play back, but it's a lesson in being present. When you are in those moments, take them with you, keep them, absorb it while you're there. But it's wonderful to have this still 43 years later.
So Larry is a Rolling Stones aficionado. Nobody knows, I'm convinced he knows more about the Stones than the Stones.
Yeah.
So when I hooked him up with Matt, the Cockroaches were born, and they brought a couple of the people in, and I met Mike and Don and everybody else, and it's just been people have come in and out, but the most consistent thing has been the music and their love of music, and it's just been a cool ride, and I've been kind of in and out of the ride. I've gotten on and off of it, but I guess they still call me the founder. So
that's amazing.
Like Mariano Rivera is the closer of the Yankees, and I guess I'm the founder of the Cockroaches. So I'll have some fame.
Do you do what you would call a tribute to the Rolling Stones? Let's hear it for the Cockroaches.
From the banks of the old Raritan to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, proof that the Rolling Stone doesn't gather any moss. After 43 years, the Cockroaches.
Come on.
People coming from miles around, and if you stop there, and you can just see everyone in town.
Are you a cockroach?
Yes, my roach.
Are you a cockroach?
For life.
Are you a cockroach?
Good job, man. Good job. You since 1980.
Are you a cockroach?
Oh yeah, baby.
Cockroaches are epic.
Yeah, man. Everything I read with the cockroaches.
Everything I read, man.
Thank you.